This week kicked off with a drive over where Alex started working this week. No, he's not working at Kuba Kuba, but the Brinkerhof isn't open yet. Kuba Kuba is a great restaurant that's right next door, so we stopped off for lunch. So I was thinking this week that I should probably bring the rain gauge inside, because probably not going to get a whole lot more precipitation that isn't frozen this year. And it turned out I was wrong, so I'm glad I didn't bring it in, because half an inch is much more than we've had in the last few months.
Well, I just read Glorious Rivals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It is the second in a series that is set in the same universe as the Inheritance games, but is a separate series. And I am totally blanking the name of the first book. The first one was called The Grandest Game, but I really liked it. And I was engaged and read it really fast, and I felt like I was expecting it to be a duology and that this was going to be the end of the story, but it was the middle. It was a good story. I felt like there was good character development from the three sets of characters that we were following. And the mystery got deeper, and we're still trying to figure out a lot of what happened. I would say so far it's been a great series, and I would recommend picking up The Grandest Game and reading straight through Glorious Rivals. Then you can wait with me for the third one.
One advantage of Alex starting at the Brinkerhof is that he spends the day making food, but since they're not open yet, some of that food gets brought home. So Monday night, Alex made dinner after a day of work. We might have to adjust the day that he gets to make the meal because it seems a little, or maybe a lot, unfair. And of course, with the fresh bread, it was all really good. On Tuesday night, before youth group starts, we often find somewhere to set up a Foursquare while everyone's arriving. Similar to last week, this week was also a noodle night, just a different kind of noodle. This week's interesting project was fixing the handle on the microwave that broke off. So I took the door off the microwave, popped off the molding off the back so that I could access the screws, and switched out the broken handle with a new one. I didn't do a good enough job to make an instructional video, but I'll link with a card to the video that I watched to figure out how to do it. But then on Thursday I went to my mom's, and my Uncle Mark and I moved her old couches out so that the new couches could arrive on Saturday. With the railing how it is by the front door, we were unable to get the longer couch out the front door. We ended up going through the back, and so I also got to learn how to remove a sliding glass door from its track. We did end up doing a little bit of damage to the back porch, but Mark and I were moderately unscathed. So now the room is just empty for a few days until the new couches come in. So one thing that's been going on lately is that I've been going to a nutritionist. I got a diagnosis of pre-diabetes, so my A1C is a little high, and so my doctor got me in touch with a nutritionist. And over the course of the summer, I've actually lost 25 pounds, so I'm kind of proud of myself about that. And one of the changes is a change to my Thursday night meal plan. I have a much smaller steak, and I'm adding vegetables and a starch to my Thursday night, so the plate's probably just as full. It just looks very different. Saturday was the Legend Marching Festival. I took up my seat once again as the tabulator for the competition, which means that I'm not a judge, but I do get to help the head judge by validating all the scores and the audio recordings. But mostly I get to watch marching band shows all day. Not a bad gig, really. The Legend Marching Festival is different than most because open class, which means the 4A and 5A schools, go first, and then the 3A schools, then the 2A, and then finally 1A, which is the small schools, at the end. I didn't catch every band because, well, I did have a job to do, but this is a good representation. After the prelim round, they feed us, and a few of the bands get eliminated, but then we have finals. So it's all the same bands that we've seen earlier, but they sort of get a second shot to do better. A negative of finals this year was weather. At about 7:45 the rain blew in, and unfortunately it only affected about 2 or 3 bands. While I was out watching marching bands, Melissa got a chance to go down to Colorado Springs to check out the library branch that Katrina's working at.